Thank you very much, my father, Chancellor. We have been told this is not the day for speeches, so I will just do a few things before we welcome the Archbishop to do what he is expected to do here. Before I do that, of course, I want to recognize our Chancellor, the Chairman of Council, the newly appointed Chair of Council, Professor Clara Momanyi, members of the Council present, the presiding guest, clergy, Most Reverend Anthony Muheria, Archbishop of Nyeri Diocese, members of management, teaching and non-teaching staff. Again, here I want to say not only those who have PF numbers, but all the seasonal staff from all the campuses, the model school, and everybody who is here and works in Kenyatta University. I want to also recognize the National KU chapter staff union leaders, all the 3 union staff leaders. I want to recognize KUSA, that is a student leadership, and to let them know that we have had more gatherings, but this is specifically for the student. We know KU is here. KU exists because of you. You are our main client. So that government of students is recognized as leaders, and that is why I want again to say this is actually your day. I want to recognize the Alumni Association, the interim board members. I want to recognize our teams that actually has helped us to put KU where it belongs and where it has to stay. I want to recognize all the other members who are here, who have joined us today to do a unique celebration. Today, I stand before you not as an administrator, but simply as a grateful colleague. And I want to warn you, I have just a few hours before I exit. Yes. I want to say that we are here because we have fought, but mainly because it is the will of God. And that's why we are dedicating this prayer day to our students and actually to God for making us see this day. Leadership, especially in a public institution, exposes one to pressure that are both visible and invisible. There are moments of clarity and moments of deep uncertainty, moments of strength and moments when only prayers can carry us through. Through all this, I can say that God has remained faithful. I want to say again, God has remained faithful. Kenyatta University has been more than a workplace for me. It has been a vacation. It has been a family. It has been a place where resilience and conscience were tested daily. I leave this office deeply aware that whatever good was achieved was not by human effort alone, but by the grace of God and by the support of the KU family and friends. Again, I want to emphasize here, whatever we have done, whatever you are appreciating, it is not just Wainaina. It is the family, the KU family. Nobody will be able to do what we have done, what we have achieved alone. So, all the people who have worked with me, council, deans of schools, chairman of department, my management. The reason why we are celebrating here is because you chose to support me. I wish to sincerely thank the staff of Kenyatta University and everybody, as I have said, who have supported our journey. To our students, you are the reason, as I said, why we are here. I want you to remember that KU has become a brand. That brand has been built over decades through sacrifice, excellence, and reputation. It has been damaged overnight, but it cannot be rebuilt overnight. What I'm trying to say here is that we have come from very far. There are certain things that have happened, damaging our progress, and for us to reclaim it, it needs time and also our efforts. Whenever life takes you, remember that you are ambassadors of this institution. I can assure you that the KU brand enjoys a lot of goodwill locally, internationally, and also nationally. So, it will serve you well long after I have exited and the gates of KU are open to even more students. I take this pride to have contributed in my own small way to the strengthening that brand during challenging times. I sincerely thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve. And I'm talking to students, I'm talking to member staff, I'm talking to the KU family. There were forces, internal and external, that have tested this great institution. There were moments when standing firm was not convenient, but I believed and still believe that Kenyatta University is worth fighting for. I want to repeat, even after my exit, you must remember, if you have to fight for KU, KU is actually worth fighting for. I thank God. Yes, I think it's good for us to clap. I thank God that I did not stand alone. Many stood with me in prayer, counsel, and encouragement. To the university chaplains and the clergy, I owe a special debt of gratitude. You prayed for me when occasion deserved. You reminded me that the leadership must answer to only policy, but not only to policy, but what is right. Your prayers sustained me more than you may really actually understand. And I think what I want to say there is that, yes, we are guided by policies and structures, but at times, you may go beyond that. If you think something is right, I think you should stand and declare and do what is right. I thank the Chancellor, our Father, for the wisdom and the assurance and the moral anchoring of the university family. I thank the chairman as the chairperson of council and members of council for their oversight, guidance, and support. I thank members of senior management, the team that has stood together, as they say through thick and thin. You are the best place. You are at the best place to understand that leadership is not always comfortable. I also thank my family, led by Mama Susan, and all the kids for standing by me in thick and thin when things were really difficult. I also want to thank a group we normally call Double 12. I hope they are here, who have again stood by us and especially stood with Susan when probably I have been away. So I want to thank you. We don't take that for granted. We want to say this is a great day. And I feel perhaps, since this is for the students, we have been talking about young people taking leadership for tomorrow. But we have realized they are here. They are also leaders now. There are certain things I thought probably I should not say to them because they are students, but I realize it is important for them to know perhaps a few things about what have been happening and why we say this is a great day. 2022, July 12th, I can remember. I was here. For those members of staff who are still around, And after reading 3 letters from the government, from Harambee specifically, asking me to submit the mother title of Kenyatta University so that we can lose 410 acres of land. I came here after trying to do everything possible, and before I came here, I could not have peace at home. I could not actually spend a night at home. And therefore, I chose to sleep in the office. So when I woke up, I came and told members of staff. And I remember it was exactly here. After reading those letters, I told them this will be the last time I'll be addressing you as your Vice Chancellor. I want to say now, because of the will of God, the support from the family, that is Kenyatta University family, I'm here to say if I'm leaving, I may not be able to address you again as your Vice Chancellor, but I'll be very comfortable living here knowing that things are okay. I wanted to say that because the students were not there. But they need to understand what has been happening and what they need to do. That time, the students were also with me. So I'm also asking the members of KUSA, the student body, to know they have a responsibility to take this university forward. I want to say this. The things we were demanding, the things that we are asking, were things that belong to us. It was the hospital, which we had built ourselves. It was about the land that we were to use for expansion. And as I stand here, last week, I was able, even with the chair, to escort our School of Medicine students to our hospital. But I want to put a rider. The students are going to use the hospital because we have signed a memorandum of understanding. They are going to use the hospital currently as Nairobi University uses Kenyatta National Hospital for now. it is still not ours. That is a small win. We have decided, let us negotiate from within. Let us go to the hospital and negotiate from within. So I'm saying, for the incoming Vice Chancellor, if at long last it will be John Okumu, there is some work to do. We still need that hospital as ours. We are using the hospital. We have not been able to use the hospital since 2019. So we are saying, for us to start using the hospital is a small win. But we need to reclaim the hospital using negotiation, and I hope this is going to happen. As for the land, 410 acres, 190 acres for the hospital, 108 acres for the squatters in quotes, 30 acres for WHO training, and another 10 acres. That actually is 410. I want to say the land is still intact. That does not mean the fight has stopped. Maybe I can say we need to have a retreat. That is, you retreat to organize yourself. So we are saying, again, the person who is going to take over from me is going to think about how can we secure that 410 acres of land for our expansion, extension, our development. There are so many things that we want to do, and we need that land. So for me, again, that is something that has to be done by the person who is going to take over. Thirdly, I want to say I'm so happy because I never thought by the time I'm leaving there will be somebody to take over. I'm so privileged, as we have heard. I have worked with John for 10 years, 4 years as a colleague, as a DVC academic, while I was a DVC administration. And the rest of the year as his boss. I also have the privilege to say, yes, when I was much younger, after graduating from Canada, the first station was Kenyatta University. And again, I had the privilege to have John as my student. We don't talk much about that, and actually not very many people knew that. But I want to say this. I'm leaving for the time being the students, the staff members, with somebody who is also tested, working with the student. And that is really my happiness. So, for me, John, for now, we hope that you'll be the one who will be selected to be a substantive Vice Chancellor of this Kenyatta University. We have a new council that, for me, is ready to work with you. I'm just hoping that in the end, you'll be the substantive VC. And even for now, I do know that the students, members of staff, are happy to have you. They have worked with you. You have actually managed that very difficult docket, a docket that is actually the mainstay for our clients. Whatever else we do here, our mandate is very clear. Our mandate is to the students. And actually, he managed that docket with distinction, I can tell you. So, as I exit, this time very happily, I want to say, and I have repeated this very many times, I will go out there knowing that what I live with people who are dedicated to serve Kenyatta family, Kenyatta University family, and therefore I have no doubt this is going to be done, and that's why I'm not ashamed to say I'll leave Kenyatta University with my head high. Asante sana.
Shall we stand up and appreciate our Vice Chancellor? Let's all stand up and appreciate our Vice Chancellor. Makofi tafadhali ya Vice Chancellor. Makofi. Shangwe na vigelegele ya Vice Chancellor tafadhali.
I'm just reminded that what I have just said is not even a quarter of what has happened. And as we are struggling to do the right things, I thought there would be a moment for me to share what we have gone through together, and also something for you probably to understand who is Paul Wainaina, beyond what you know about Paul Wainaina and my family. So I have decided to come up with a small book, a memoir, where I have just said a few things about myself, and most importantly, my life in KU. That small book has a title, Firm and Forthright. But I have also added down there, most people have heard me baptized with very many names. I've been called Professor. I've been called the Vice Chancellor. I have been called other names, but one that came out very strongly is a professor with 9 lives. This was from the newspaper, and in that small book of mine, I have put a subheading, and I have challenged the leaders. I have said, a professor with 9 lives. I have asked a question. A professor with 9 lives? So you need to answer that question. I need an answer. You cannot give me an answer until you read the content of that book. We are launching that book on 30th this month at Safaricom or Safari Park Hotel, and you are all invited to come. Thank you very much.
Students, this is his last address. Can you give him a good one?